Namaste, my name is Ruhe Zimmer, I'm International Meditation Master. Today I want to speak about the best motivation speech from Jordan B. Peterson. He's well known and so on. If you can't suicide makes the task smaller. If you can't suicide, makes the task smaller. If you make the task small enough, you never will fail to progress. But that can be pretty humiliating. Everything starts with the first step. And so smaller the step, so faster you can do the next step. So faster you progress. Big steps, you have to wait. So faster you can change your direction and change your life without frustration and even with fun. Always small steps. If you recover from a severe disease, you need time and patience to do the same thing again. For instance, you want to play piano and improvise like Keith Jarret in his famous Köln Concert. And you never have played piano. And if you have such a huge goal, you will fail. Then every hour that you learn piano is a waste of time. If you don't believe me, try and play on a keyboard. You don't have to try to play on a broken Bösendorf piano like Keith Jarret had played in his Köln concert. But many people start to learn piano and want to do the same thing. How to fail again? If you have failed 3 times or more already, it is pretty hard to try again because you have programmed your mind to fail again. You need a new approach. Or how to suicide. You check what you have done wrong, make a big list, and then get coached from another person to get more insights how to do it in the right way. We need another person. This is the best way what you can do, because we are blind for our own mistakes. We can find out some, but maybe the major reason for it that we failed, we couldn't find. So more you focus on yourself, the more miserable you are. This he says, and now he proves it. What that means, that today narcissism wants you to believe that you are most important. And so the relationship with you and a problem gets out of proportion. And so the relationship with you and the problem, instead focus on the solution of that problem without interfering from your ego, makes you far more effective. But if you connect yourself with this problem, just be neutral and just see the problem, and your ego, when your ego disturbs, say, okay, thank you, bye, I want to solve this problem, set. Finish. Even with relationship problems, if you focus mostly on yourself, you can't discover the struggle your spouse has with you. And nobody knows where the real problem is. I tell you, narcissism. Both put all of their cards on the table and then discover where the real problem is. Nearly all problems can be solved when we have identified the problem. Really, this is the biggest problem. If your wife is upset with your child, she even doesn't know the real why. That's true for everybody. No? This is true for everybody. Maybe the problem was with her neighbor and then she projected her anger on the child. Huh? Huh? You have done this and this, but you had been angry before. And what has caused the anger before? Okay. I said this is true for everybody. No? Okay. But we should be more aware that this doesn't happen so often. If she would not tell you the whole story, you would think the problem is with your child. You put all the cards on the table and you just listen, and only then you can identify the problem. This means don't assume that you or her knows the problem, so listen until you identify the problem. What is if we lie? You waste your time. After some time you believe your lies. How can you solve then your problems? You live in a fantasia world, and your fantasia world will crash. Nobody can help you, nor you can really help other people. And for your children and your spouse, you are a nightmare. Don't waste time. Be honest. Have you read this funny book? I think it's a must read. The best psychology book I ever have read. The situation is hopeless but not serious. The Pursuit of Unhappiness from Professor Paul Watzlawick. Oh my God. Okay. In one story, a husband doesn't like to eat the cornflakes anymore that he got for 20 years as breakfast from his wife. She complained, but you said, I love that. He replied, because you have given me cornflakes when we just married on the first day, and I didn't dare to complain. This can happen. Thank you that I could speak about this, and bye.